पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ बहुत सारे महाज खुले, कुछ हमने खुद खोले और काफी सारे हमारे खिलाफ खोले गए। आज के महाज हकीकत के नाम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मैं हूं वजाहत सईद खान। आज का महाज हकीकत के नाम, आज का महाज वजाहत के नाम। मुझे पता है कि इधर न्यूयॉर्क सिटी में मैं आपसे काफी दूर हूं, मगर मेरी जो हालिया रिपोर्टिंग है उससे काफी लोगों को परेशानी हुई है, उनकी दिल आजारी हुई है। वैसे ही रोजमर्रा की जो तकलीफ है, जो हालात हाजरा एक आम पाकिस्तानी को पहुंचाते हैं, वो वैसे ही हद से ज्यादा है। मगर जर्नलिज्म का, सहाफत का, रिपोर्टिंग का ये अकीदा है कि सच को छुपाया नहीं जा सकता। आज ये जो ब्रॉडकास्ट है, ये मेरी उस रिपोर्टिंग की मुकम्मल और खुली वजाहत है जो मैंने इमरान खान साहब की सेहत के बारे में रिसेंटली की है। इस मसले की जो संगीन नौयत है और इसकी जो रीजनल और ग्लोबल रामिफिकेशंस हैं, उनकी वजह से मैं आज अपनी बात का आगाज अंग्रेजी में करूंगा। उसके बाद, क्योंकि ये हमारी कौम और मुल्क का अपना मसला है, मैं वापस उर्दू की तरफ आऊंगा। For those watching around the world, what you are about to hear is a critical clarification. I know my recent reporting has upset many, and the speculation has caused deep distress. But the truth must be laid bare. Given the grave international and regional weight of the crisis unfolding in Pakistan, I am beginning this address in English. Afterward, because this is fundamentally a matter of our national survival and concern, I will pivot back to Urdu. I am reporting to you tonight from my studio in New York, but my focus, as always, is on my love and my land, Pakistan. For the last 24 hours, there has been a coordinated, perhaps even deliberate, attempt to discredit my reporting. I have been called an opportunist, accused of weaponizing rumors about the fate of Pakistan's former Prime Minister, Imran Khan. Ironically, the military has called me a PTI agent, while PTI elements have called me a military tout. Tonight, I will tell you exactly what we reported and what we did not report, and the chilling realities that have been uncovered since my report was broadcast. But first, let us establish who is speaking to you. I started reporting when I was 17 years old. For 30 years, I have not operated in the safe or sterile environment of an air-conditioned TV studio. I am not a talking head. I deal in documentaries, I deal in investigations, I deal in war zones and bombing sites. I deal in the currency of hard, undeniable facts gathered from the field, and no-nonsense interviews with the most powerful people in the land. I have earned an Emmy nomination for breaking news. I have authored a best-selling non-fiction book. Across the last 3 decades, I have interviewed every single Pakistani Prime Minister, President, and Foreign Minister. I have reported from 16 different countries. I have the distinction of being embedded across all 9 corps, dozens of formations, and over 120 units, battalions, squadrons, bases, and ships of the Pakistan Army, Air Force, and Navy, respectively. I have been embedded with NATO and ISAF troops in Afghanistan, as well as with the armor and infantry divisions of the US Army, with German and Dutch forces, and even UN peacekeepers in Kashmir and Indian search and rescue squadrons in Nepal. I hold the distinction of being the first Pakistani to record, produce, and broadcast an entire series worth of interviews from India. I have helped launch Pakistan's largest Urdu and English channels. I have risked my life for Pakistan's deadliest frontiers during its war against terror. I have been injured on assignment in 30 years, from my college paper to the largest networks on earth. I have never had a story bounce. My credibility is not up for debate. 3 years ago, I gave up a very comfortable full-time corporate media job right here in New York to report independently on my country and on the madness that was unfolding in Pakistan. Before his arrest 3 years ago, Imran Khan had given me one of his last interviews. Over a dozen years of covering him in Islamabad, I have interviewed Imran time and again. And every single time, we broke news. I was standing right there on that stage in Lahore when he fell and injured himself badly during the 2013 elections. We have a personal relationship. He's a friend and a hero and a national icon. I respect him deeply for his grit and his bravery. But my reporting is not pro-Khan. It is simply reporting. I have reported news that displeased him. I have reported things that went against the PTI's political favor. I have managed to get statements out of him in interviews that have actively landed him in controversy. But he and I remain friends because Imran knows what I know. My job is not to satisfy the whims and emotions of his millions of fanboys and fangirls. The purpose of reporting is not to make you feel good. Journalism is not supposed to be an echo chamber. The purpose of journalism is to challenge the national narrative. It is to change the national conversation. It is to help the polity and the citizenry make better and more informed decisions by holding truth to power and demanding transparency. And for months, there has been zero transparency from within the Pakistan Army. Here is exactly what I reported. I connected with 3 senior officers inside the Pakistan Army. A senior officer in the GS Directorate, also known as the General Staff Directorate, which is the operational nerve center of the Army. A senior officer in the MI Directorate, that is the Military Intelligence Directorate, which is the internal eyes and ears of the Army. And a senior officer in the C4I Directorate, which basically watches all communications. These men are not in some far-off outpost in Balochistan or Waziristan. They are in GHQ, the Army's general headquarters in Rawalpindi. They are in the belly of the beast. I spoke with a Pashtun junior commissioned officer as well. This enlisted man told me about the silent agony of the rank and file, soldiers who go back to their villages in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and face ire and insult from their own relatives who cannot even wear their uniforms in their hometowns for fear of being cursed by their friends and neighbors over the perceived cruelty of this institution towards the citizenry at large and towards Khan in particular. Let us be very clear. Saying these stories are planted is painting the army with a clumsy, homogeneous brush. There are still good men left in the Pakistan Army who care about the country, about the system, and about Khan. We must remember, there are a lot of pro-Khan officers on the army. They admit that for 2 decades, the army had a part to play in enabling and promoting him and his PTI. In fact, they admit that the army deliberately convinced its 700,000 soldiers that Imran was the only choice in lieu of the 2 corrupt, nepotistic, and dynastic ruling parties. And now, those same soldiers are shocked at the treatment which is being meted out to Imran. These rumors, these speculations, these fears come out of genuine concern. What did these men tell me on deep background? Let's be very clear. They did not confirm that Imran Khan is dead. Let me repeat. They did not confirm that Imran Khan is dead. Let's be unequivocally clear about that. What they confirmed is their own profound, paralyzing fear that the worst may have happened or is likely to happen. May have happened or is likely to happen. Why? Because the military currently is uncharacteristically, terrifyingly, and chillingly silent and tight-lipped. Worse, it is watching and eating its own. As much as they are cracking down on the national citizenry, they are silencing and monitoring their own ranks. This operation is being run by a very small, tight crew of intelligence operatives who report directly to the Army Chief, Field Marshal Asim Munir, while the rest of the army stands terrified and paranoid. The case in point is Adiala Jail, where Khan has been imprisoned now for over 3 years. This is no longer a civilian prison. It has been taken over by the 308 Survey Section, a military intelligence brigade. The civilian police superintendent there is nothing but a rubber stamp. Adiala is currently being run by a brigadier, a few colonels, and a handful of majors. They have brought state-of-the-art man-in-the-middle surveillance equipment, which is meant to intercept all radio and signals of cell phones and mobiles from a very large radius. A story we broke several months ago, by the way, on this very show. Intercepting any cellular signals in the vicinity. They are running active RF signal catching, internal radio frequency jamming, and operating on secure PASCOM lines, even running a live stream from Imran Khan's cell 24/7 directly to GHQ. You heard that right. Military intelligence section called a survey, which is basically a brigade, is running a live stream from inside Imran's cell 24/7 directly to GHQ. This MI unit is acting as a direct rival to the ISI, the DGMI, a major general who reports directly to the CGS, the Chief of General Staff, who reports directly to the Army Chief, is how their chain of command works. Now, a major general typically serves 2 years in a Pakistan Army staff post. The DGMI has not been transferred in 3 years. That is because he is delivering exactly what is being demanded of him by the Chief's Secretariat. The equipment at Adiala can pick up chatter from kilometers away. Thus, my reporting indicates that they are not just guarding Imran, they are preparing for a potential siege. They want to ensure that if Khan's followers attempt to break in under any conditions, they hear it before it happens. Now, let me address the bit about speculation. Yes, the officers I spoke to were making assessments based on personal fear and the ongoing chatter in their professional circles, often called langargup in the army. Not actual evidence-based, quantified, authenticated, or documented facts, but fear and speculation, as we know, drive markets, they drive political movements, they even drive coups. Billions of dollars move every day based on rumors about Elon Musk's boardroom antics or Bill Gates's divorce or Donald Trump's health. The job of a journalist is to dig into the reasons behind those rumors and correct market behavior. But while that may be the stock market, the bazaar of politics isn't that much different. Look at how oil prices have fluctuated over the last several months over diplomatic efforts by Pakistan and other countries to stop the Iran war. And if one really wants to dig deep in our own history, remember that in the past, martial law has been declared and prime ministers have been ousted, often in our country, based on rumors and fears. Nothing else. By forcing open the lid of the national conversation, as I have attempted to do in my report, look at what we achieved today. I have stirred the authorities to provide proof of life. For the first time in several months, the ISPR has broken its silence. It has called my reporting fake. I am glad that the ISPR has responded. Fake or whatever, because that means Imran is alive. We have forced them to respond after months of deafening, chilling, frustrating silence. Furthermore, today, we have also learned that Bushra Bibi's family has confirmed that when her sister in law and her daughter were allowed to meet her today at between 1300 hours and 1600 hours Rawalpindi time, they saw Khan on CCTV screens present in the meeting room. He was arriving in a small prison van to join his wife because his meeting was the next one lined up after the daughters and the mother-in-law's and the sister-in-law's meeting. They confirmed they saw him walking on his own 2 feet on a CCTV. We procured that much from our reporting. But remember, the family also confirmed that Imran is suffering from not just vision loss, but also severe blood pressure spikes, for which he has been taken to the hospital recently. This is what reporting is: the perpetual search for clarity, not popularity. I will leave you with this image. The army mess hall chatter, the locker room whispers, the langar gup, as they call it, shows some alarming trends. I've heard of decorated officers putting their phones in their kitchen microwaves just to act as a Faraday cage so they can speak the truth in their own homes to their own families and friends. This isn't operational discipline. It's terror. Just terror. As a reminder, by the way, this is the same army that has ensured that I was sentenced for terrorism, sedition, and treason earlier this year in a kangaroo anti-terrorism court. I was handed 2 life sentences, 80-year double life sentence punishment for reporting what they perceive as anti-state and pro-Khan journalism. They have tried to abduct my brother-in-law. They have blocked my passport, my bank accounts, my national ID card. They have harassed my partner and warned off my friends. They have restricted my travel. I have not been able to see my family in years. My own sister has stopped calling me from back home because she's been threatened with consequences if she continues to stay in touch with me. Unfortunately, those calling me a military tout today either forget or overlook these minor details when they make their major claims. But here's the thing. I think all of the above are good reasons to never stop. Ever. And I will tell you why. Years ago, I reported a story. It was more of a social media rant critiquing how Imran was running his party. It went viral. He was furious. His ex-wife, Reham Khan, actually messaged me privately and said that he had told his whole team, his social media team, to kill the story completely. He also cut me off. He cancelled our upcoming interview. And then I found out that he had left Islamabad and was actually in Lahore. I found out that he was at a huddle in Jahangir Khan Tareen's house in Lahore. So I made my way there, snuck in with the rest of the press, and tried to get his attention. He was still quite miffed at me and continued to ignore me. So in the end, I just walked up to him and I said, Skip, that's what I called him. I said, Skip, I'm sorry, but reporting on the PTI is not reporting for the PTI. You should know that everything I do is meant with good intentions. Imran looked at me for a very, very long moment and finally said, Wajahat, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. Obviously, I was taken aback by his cynicism, but then he softened his tone, smiled, and added. And he said, I understand. You're doing your job. I'm just trying to do mine. He eventually granted me the interview. Imran understood that real reporting will not always satisfy him. He encouraged me to keep going. So that is what I did. And that is what I am still doing. When he was illegally removed, I dedicated my life here in New York to reporting on, the whole truth, justice, and democratic values way, but not just for Imran or his millions of followers. That's what our country is supposed to espouse and exist on generally. I keep his biography right here. This one right here on my desk by Christopher Sanford. You can see it right here. That in no way means that I'm partisan and don't report on the military for all the good they do when they combat our enemies. I do that. But I also make sure that I report on the atrocities they execute on a daily basis against our citizenry and our people. Thus, I stand by my reporting, I stand by my sources, and I continue to demand that the veil of secrecy around Imran be lifted, and inshallah, it will continue to be lifted. The results of our reporting have already borne fruit. People are coming out of the woodwork to clarify that Imran Khan is, mashallah say, alive, if not well. Now, for context, here's a proper clip that I have snipped from that consequential vlog, which ran 24 hours ago. I've taken a few minutes of exactly what I said to help you ascertain the context and the content of what I reported beyond the edited and even doctored shorts that are running around amok all over social media. So if you think that watching a 1-minute clip on your WhatsApp feed should educate you about a 1-hour vlog, well, you're being intellectually dishonest. So do yourself a favor. Watch at least this clip, understand what was said, and relive the context and content of my reporting. अब उर्दू सेक्शन की तरफ चलते हैं. और यही जो नेटवर्क है फौजियों का अंदर से उधर से रिपोर्ट आई है कि कुछ सीनियर फौजी वो अब जो सर्विंग है वो अब डरने लग गए हैं कि यार एक्चुअली दे आर फेयरिंग द वर्स्ट एंड वाकई ही खुदा न खास्ता बीमारी से ज्यादा, आंख से ज्यादा, ब्लड प्रेशर से ज्यादा इमरान को कुछ हो गया है और इसलिए ये दिखाना नहीं चाह रहे और ये फायर वॉल इन्होंने बनाई हुई है. ये हमारी रिपोर्टिंग है. जीएचक्यू से ये रिपोर्टिंग हमने की है. सीनियर अफसरान जो जीएचक्यू में हैं, कम से कम 3 अफसरान का ये पर्सपेक्टिव है, जाती पर्सपेक्टिव है. उन्होंने अपनी आंखों से नहीं देखा, ये कंफर्म पर्सपेक्टिव नहीं है, मगर जब जीएचक्यू के अंदर आप बैठे हुए हैं, आप वो क्वेटा कैंट में नहीं बैठे हुए, अब वो एफसी की किसी चेक पोस्ट पे किसी 60 डिवीजन में उधर आप वजीरिस्तान में नहीं बैठे हुए, आप पिंडी के अंदर बैठे हुए हैं. यूर इनसाइड द बेली ऑफ द बीस्ट. हेडक्वार्टर में बैठे हुए हैं आप. और जीएचक्यू किसी भी और दफ्तर की तरह है, अलग अलग दफातर हैं, लोग लंच पे मिलते हैं, चाय साथ पीते हैं, एक दूसरे को विजिट करते हैं, सलूट मारते हैं, गप्पे शप्पे लगाते हैं. जीएचक्यू भी एक दफ्तर ही है ना, बहुत बड़ा दफ्तर है. उधर सिपाही ट्रेनिंग नहीं कर रहे होते, ठाठू नहीं चल रही होती. उधर जर्नल, कर्नल, ब्रिगेडियर, कप्तान, लेफ्टिनेंट सब लगे होते हैं. मगर सीनियर जीएचक्यू बेस्ड ऑफिसर्स ने 3 ऑफिसर्स ने अलग अलग तरीकों से ये इजहार किया है that Imran Khan is no longer with us, and that is the reason why the Pakistan Army and the Army Chief are keeping him from the rest of the country. This is serious if it's true. It's not. I hope it's not confirmed yet. But 3, these are fears. یہ ڈر ہے, یہ خدشہ ہے, یہ خبر نہیں ہے. 3, senior military sources are fearing that Imran Khan is no longer with us. But these are fears. انہوں نے اپنی آنکھوں سے نہیں دیکھا مگر اپنے کانوں سے باتیں سنی. That's enough for me to fear the worst as well. مگر interestingly یہ جو خبریں ہیں یہ انہی خبروں کے ساتھ آئی ہیں جو سوشل میڈیا پہ ہو گئی. اب دوسری سائڈ کیا دیکھ رہی ہے؟ آپ کا جو قابض ہے, آپ کا جو جابر ہے, آپ کا جو عامر ہے, وہ کیا سوچ رہا ہے؟ وہ اس وقت ہم سب کو دیکھ رہا ہے. وہ ہم سب کو دیکھ رہا ہے. وہ دیکھ رہا ہے کہ پی ٹی آئی کیسے رسپونڈ کر رہی ہے. وہ دیکھ رہا ہے لوگ کیسے رسپونڈ کر رہے ہیں. وہ دیکھ رہا ہے میڈیا کیسے رسپونڈ کر رہا ہے. آفریدی کیا کر رہا ہے, سلمان کیا کر رہا ہے, حامد میر کیا کر رہا ہے, مہر بخاری کیا کر رہی ہے, وجاہت کیا کر رہا ہے, شہباز کیا کر رہا ہے. سب کو وہ اس وقت جانچ رہے ہیں, سب کو سن رہے ہیں, اور مور دین اینی تھنگ آپ کیسے رسپونڈ کر رہے ہیں. امید ہے کہ کلپ دیکھنے کے بعد آپ کو میری رپورٹنگ کی نوعیت سمجھ آ گئی ہوگی.